Now on this Tridy Friday, and for anyone who thinks you have to be an adult to start your own business, we've got some news for you.
Yeah, it is never too early to become an entrepreneur. Like this creative little lady named Gabby who invented her own hair barrettes at just 9 years old.
How cute she is.
Or 11-year-old Micah who brings his neighbor's trash cans to and from the curb for a few bucks a week. Or the future veterinarian Ava who launched her own dog walking service while on summer vacation.
How much do you love these kids?
So sweet.
So here to help you raise your own mini mogul is career expert Suzy Welch.
Hi, here I am. Hi there.
Oh.
That's right, ladies. I've got a few pointers on how you too can foster the entrepreneurial spirit in your kids. But first, we sat down with 16-year-old Zandra Cunningham, who is in the 7th year of her small business venture and loving every second of it.
When I was 9 years old, I loved lip balm. Every day before my dad went off to work, I would ask him to buy me a new one. And of course, one day he said no.
Zandra Cunningham never expected to become an entrepreneur, but it was a simple no from her dad, James, that got her started.
Well, I'm not buying any more lip balm. You know, you should probably make your own.
I thought about it. I said, hey, how do you actually make lip balm? What goes into it? So that's when me and my mom, we started to do research.
We found a really cool website where we were able to order kits. So I was like, okay, we can do this. I'm thinking mother-daughter bonding time, something really easy. Let's order a kit.
After the initial legwork, it was time for Tamar and Zandra to take it to the next level.
I came across the Kids Biz program through the Small Business Administration at Buffalo State College. After that moment, we went from Zandra, the 10-year-old with a hobby, to Zandra becoming a brand.
I felt like so accomplished.
Once I realized Zandra was transitioning her hobby into a business, I also had to do some transition myself from father to investor. She's not asking for the $2 lip balm anymore. She's asking me for, some serious financing. Now we have to look at some risk analysis on this. But I see that she worked hard. She would stay in the studio, do all kinds of things to legitimize her business. Quite frankly, as an investor, Zandra sold me.
As Tamar views it, running a small business means wearing many hats.
I think it's really important that she understand every aspect of this business, so as it grows, when she starts to create more jobs and create more opportunities for girls that are going to come behind her, she can sympathize with them because they'll be working jobs that she worked as she rose.
And along with that understanding comes sharing her wisdom.
When I was 14 years old, I gave my first TED Talk.
It's exciting to watch Zandra up on a stage. Whether it's a TED Talk or traveling the world with independent youth, she's doing her own thing, and we're very proud of that.
Ever the entrepreneur, Zandra is constantly looking ahead.
So what's next for Zandra is possibly getting mass partnerships. I want to be inside stores all across the world.
But before she goes jet-setting around the globe, there are still a few things she needs to learn.
So now I've taught her how to balance a budget. Mom has taught her how to market her business. And now our next challenge is teaching her how to drive.
What a great...
I know. I want to buy stock in Zandra. I mean,
She could take it public?
Yeah, she's eventually. I'm sure she's got an amazing future as a business woman and an entrepreneur in front of her. She's spectacular.
So these parents did it right in your estimation,
really
right?
did.
They followed her passion and taught her how to do it.
They let her see that failure was okay, that going out there and hearing no's were okay, that they were just opportunities to learn and grow. And I just think that they're a great story about how you can encourage. I mean, the father could have said, oh, get a babysitting job to, to fill your lip balm thing, and instead start a business.
Is that the secret sauce then for a lot of parents who probably have kids who might have great ideas?
Well, I mean, if your kid comes to you and has an idea, you want to nurture it and you want to build and but if maybe your kid doesn't, and so you want to inspire them to become an entrepreneur. Well, a lot of kids have superheroes that they really look up to. Maybe entrepreneurs could be the superheroes in your house. Point out entrepreneurs, point out the local entrepreneur, point out nationally known entrepreneurs, and say, look,
other kid entrepreneurs. That would inspire them.
And just say, show your values. Say, I'm really inspired by that person. That's a real superhero to me. They've created jobs. They're growing their lives. They are opening up our opportunities. So tell them that you think entrepreneurs are heroes.
You say complaining is not a bad thing.
Well, look, one way to inspire the entrepreneurial spirit in your kids is every time they complain about something, turn it into a company. So I remember one time my kid said to me, the line at the ice cream store is so long. And I said, well, how would you fix that? I mean, could you come up with another company? Could you have a little truck and get them thinking about every time they think something's wrong with the world?
Figure out how to fix it. Figure out a solution.
What is the solution? Is that solution an opportunity that might be a business? Change their mindset about business.
I love it.
Sell.
You're on fire, Suzy.
I happen to love this topic. So, look, business is selling. It is. And, you know, everybody in business sells
Can
and
I
sells.
buy anything
I know.
from him?
He's very cute. He's already making a fortune. And I would say that, you know, you have to teach them, when you're an entrepreneur, you really have to sell yourself. So part of it is putting into your kids the self-confidence to know that they can make a mistake or they can hear a no. And that's just a learning opportunity.
Right.
And, you
It's not
know,
over.
like Zandra, if they want to start a business, like Mika, like Ava, like Gabby, the kids we saw at the beginning, if they want to start a business, help them out, help them sell.
You are awesome. By the way, that's so inspiring, right?
I think that young entrepreneurs are the future.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.